So Aeneid lines, book 4 lines 393 through 415, still going on with Aeneas and Dido saga. And then we get some insight into Aeneas. But Pius Aeneas, although Cupid, he desires Lenire to soothe, and this is describing Dido, to soothe the one grieving. And then we've got this gerund over here with consoling, and bring the Cupid on over, because the Cupid is governing both those two infinitives, and to turn her cross, her cares, away with words. But let's be realistic. Anytime he really opens his mouth, nothing good comes out. Classic Aeneas here, groaning much. And having Lebefactus having shaken his mind with a magno amore. Whoop. With a great love. Nevertheless, he exequaturs. He follows through, or he performs the usa, the orders. And this is short for devorum, the orders of the gods. And revisits his classum, his fleet. So we do see some struggle with Aeneas there, though he does kind of seem like a whiny, crying idiot. But he does feel bad for her. But being Pius Aeneas, the Pius there says that, hey, he's got loyalty to the gods, then country, then family. So he really, if he's truly pious, has no choice. His execution of his actions, I mean, those definitely leave something to be desired. Tomorrow, then indeed. The Trojans, the two incumbent, Urgon, and we're going to treat that like an E. And they lead the lofty fleet, or the lofty ships. The day and Deducan is the down on the whole shore. The keel, Uncta, having been anointed. And that's like with pitch or something like that. I think anointed's actually one word. Or not one word, God. Alright, anointed. Swims. Natant. And they bring, Farent, they bring leafy oars and the Robera and oaks. Oy. And oaks, Robera oaks, so he's from the forest. Imbricata. Alright, so the in means not, and imbricata means made. Not made. Not made, not fashioned. From the studio, from the eagerness. Fugae, of their flight. Objective genitive there. Alright, so the reason he mentions that they're leafy and imbricata is, alright, it's wintertime, they shouldn't be sailing anyway, but they're prepping stuff. They're getting ready to sail eventually, assuming that Aeneas will eventually leave. But we've got this situation where they're in such a rush right now that they're just kind of grabbing stuff and they haven't even finished it yet. So there really is no reason to leave right now. Aeneas is just in a huge rush. Keranos, potential subjunctive. You could discern, you could see. And yes, this is Aeneas's men. You could see them. Alright, moving and Ruentus and rushing. X out of the whole city. So everybody should know something's going on, and if you're one of the Carthaginians, you're thinking like, what is actually going on? Because you've watched Dido give everything to Aeneas and pretty much blow them off, and now all these Trojans are leaving. And then we got a simile here, just like. And then we've got the cum there, just like when. Alright, for meek guy, just like when ants, populon, plunder, ravage, and in gentem acervum, a huge pile. Faris of grain. Alright, and the Memoirs is describing the Formica, mindful. And then this words with memory take the genitive, which is the emes, mindful of winter. And repugnant, store it. Tecto, in a shelter. Alright, nigromagram is your subject, a black line. It goes. In the campis, in the fields, and they convecta, and they carry pridum, the lute, per herbas, through the grass, Caleongusta, in a narrow track. Alright, pars. And we got a couple of pars. Some. Troden, push. The Grundy ferment to push the huge grain. Umaris on their shoulders. Obnixi. Like having struggled against, having leaned against. That's describing the Formica. Alright, the other pars. Kogan compel. Battle lines. And castigate Morash. And punish Morash delays. The omnis semita, that's your nominative for ferret. The whole path burns with work. Quist is going with census here. What sense? Dido. Assume there's a was. Was for you, Kernenti. Nice old chiasmus going this. Was for you, discerning. Talia such things. To him then. Or Quos is going with Gemitus, which is fourth declension. What groans were you giving? Cum, when? Prospicerace, when you saw. When you saw that. And then here's our infinitive. When you saw that the shores. Oh, nope, there's the infinitive. Ferre. We're busy. Latte, far and wide. And Summa Arche, when you saw this from the highest citadel. And when you saw Witterace, that Totem is going with Ichor. The whole sea. Miss Gray was being mixed. with such great shouts or uproar before your eyes. A little apostrophe right here. Excuse me. Wicked love. Quid what cogus do non-cogus, what do you not compel? Mortalia pectora, mortal hearts. And then kind of an implied to do. Cogatur is your verb. And then you've got the iterum again and again. She is compelled. Again, to go into tears, into crying. Again, to try. And then we got a gerund there by praying. Meaning she is compelled to cry, and she's compelled not to try to get Aeneas back by praying. She's still not over him, and a suplex as a suppliant. Symmetry, to submit. Her spirit or her mind. Amor, to love. So that moratora, future actor pyro, so that she about to die so that she about to die, not leave anything. An experitum. After C numer Ali takes a holiday. So you have anything untried, frustra, in vain. So she's still thinking about Aeneas, and still trying to figure out a way to work it out. Again, very, very tragic here. And Aeneas, you know, he's in a bad situation, though. Some of it, quite a bit of it, he brought on himself. But he feels bad for it, and he's torn. But the only thing you do really is hurry up and get out of there as quickly as possible because he's panicking. And she is seeing all this, and it's just gut-wrenching. She's seeing everything, you know, before her eyes. Just run away, get set up, hurry out of there. And she doesn't know what to do, and she's panicking, and she's freaking out. And it's terrible for both of them, but especially for Dido.